Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well. Today, I am on the beginnings of redoing the island. So, I had to move everybody, and in the process, I collected a lot of those beach bottles. So I figured we'd open them all up and see who they're from, what I got. But the gist of the video is I have to clear it, the entire island. And it's amazing how much junk you can accumulate over a short period of time. And well, maybe not so much. No, it was junk, okay? The big mistake I made, and I've done this before. Shame on me for not learning the lesson. But I was getting a little desperate, and I think that's why I decided to do it. My flowers just were not performing. And if they did bother to perform, they were cloning themselves. So red made red, yellow made red, yellow made yellow, and white made white. And I got very few, what are they called? Hybrid colors. So I chose to do the beautification ordinance. And I left it on the whole time that I was moving my villagers off the island. And as you can tell, the flowers flowered. And yes, I got quite a bit of variety. Lots of orange. Not so much pink. Few chocolate. Black. But you know what? It was better than what it had been. Because I was throwing away a vast majority of the flowers. And maybe I was wrong about that. I don't know if a red cloning itself will make some fancy flower. I have no idea. And if you've watched any of my other Animal Crossing videos, I do not bother with the blue rose. When I first started playing the game, I would say I spent more than a year doing everything that all of the guidelines told you to do, and it never worked. Not once. Not once in over a year. And I said, okay, well, I'm done. So I took my blue roses from my other island, and I had four or five of them. And I just put them in the back there, and they didn't flourish, but I think I have 6 now. So I got a couple. And I think the other problem is there was just no rain. Yeah, so that was everything. Everything that I got to pick up. Everything that I have to dig up. Everything that I have to chop down. But we are all on the beach, except for the stores. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. My concern at this point was, am I going to have enough inventory space in my house to put all this stuff away? And yes, I do. I am up to 1,600 spaces. I think at the moment I have the 500,000 bells to buy the expansion. But I don't know that I'm, necessarily desperate for it at this point. So I'm probably going to hold off on that. Because on Harv's Island, I still need Kix, Cyrus and Reese, Tortimer, and Katrina. I hope I'm saying her name right. She's the gypsy cat. I haven't bought those guys yet. So I have 1.2 million bells at the moment. And I've got a somewhat of an idea of what I'm going to do with the island. But not entirely. I've got, how can I say this? A clear plan for the design of the island. As for where everybody's going to go, no, I haven't got a clue. And that might affect my design choices. I just need a clean slate. So yes, I did decide to leave the island exactly the way it is. Although I do have the map. I have an image of the map on our third day here. So I can always refer to that if I want to keep some of the island as original as I can, but I can't let that stop me anymore. My goal in all of this is to do new things, different things, choices that I never thought I would make or never wanted to make. I was playing a little bit more the way everybody else was playing as opposed to the way I want to play the game, and this time I'm going to play it the way I want to play it. And so far, I'm having a ball. It's a lot more relaxing and it's a lot more enjoyable to do it that way. Rather than, I mean, I love watching the videos, don't get me wrong. I love watching other people's Animal Crossing videos and live streams and stuff like that. It's fun, it's relaxing. And you do tend to pick up ideas, which there's nothing wrong with that, because 9 times out of 10, you're like, now why did that never occur to me? That is so cute, that is so practical, and yet it never occurred to me. Things like that are okay, but I do not want it to take over my thinking. I have to do this. Well, it's got to be done this way because that's how everybody else. No. This is all me this time. So it's probably going to look kind of ridiculous. But that's okay too. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, I had to make a lot of trips back. I do not have the option to buy that portable storage container thing. I can't even remember. Did you get that at the Happy Home Paradise? Does it come as a DIY with miles? Because I've been looking at the miles thing and I don't see it in there. So I'm not sure how you get that, but I have no way of getting it right now anyway. So we're getting the last of the items off the island. And then I gotta tackle all the flowers and trees and shrubs, and that's really difficult. I have difficulty throwing things away, especially pretty, colorful, vibrant things like the flowers. It is so hard for me, but I have to, convince myself you only need 6 tops of the originals, and they'll make more, although, like I said, mine aren't making new and unique variants. And I did use seeds. I did use what was already on the island, and I did use flowers that I found on island hops. And none of it seemed to help. But I did. When it came to the primary flowers and the primary colors, I didn't quite trim it down too much, but I tried to keep it 6, 6, 6. 6 yellow, 6 red, 6 white, and then throw the rest away. Which, by the way, I don't do. I do not, well, sometimes I throw them in the garbage can. You'll see there's 2 garbage cans. I am using them on occasion. But I sold a majority of my flowers, and I got anywhere between 1870 and 35 something hundred bells. And I know that's not a lot, but to a poor person, you cannot say that that's pittance. That's the world. And that's how my mindset is at the moment. It's like, no, that's money and I'm taking it. So I ended up making, I had 500,000 bells. And I ended up making 1.2 million. So I do not sneeze at selling the flowers. Not at all. So this is what it looks like now. No, I didn't get to the trees. I moved some and I did chop a few down. But some of them are still there. Because I probably won't be working in these particular areas at the moment. And then maybe when I set up their houses, I'll need that tree as one of their decorations. And I know that's dumb, because I can always plant one. I know, lots of rules and restrictions. So this is where I put the fruit trees. And then this has to come down. So these are my 9 pine trees. I prefer the pine to the sapling, the other kind of tree. I guess you would call it an oak, because they look too much like the fruit trees. I keep 9 of them so that you get the 5 wasps and the 2 item drops. Eventually I don't need to do that anymore once I am established, and I really don't need to collect bells anymore. But it's good money. It's 18,000 bells. So that's if you use Flick, which he's been on my island quite a bit. But the wasps are good money, and the items, at this point in the game, I need everything I can possibly get my hands on just to decorate. So I take it all. And so I'm not going to lose the pine trees. I just have to figure out where they're going to go. And then I usually only have 5 bamboo on my island, because that's 30 bamboo a day that you would collect. And I really don't need that much bamboo. I am getting bamboo DIY, which is cool. But to me, that is such a specific item that it needs to be in a specific area. You can't just put it next to an apple tree and think it looks okay. In my head. So this was like the orange red with the occasional oddball here and there. And then it blended into the yellows and then the whites. And of course there are stragglers. And then the other side of the island, I kept all of my unique colors. Orange, pink, blue. I do actually have a couple purple now. And some chocolate. Again, I would find a straggler here and there going, oh, okay, well, I didn't even know you existed. I think I got my first purple pansy, but don't quote me on that. So now I need to make the unique. The mums surprised me. I could have swore I had a lot more mums on my island than I do. And I didn't even have enough red, yellow, and white to make 6 each. So I'm going to have to buy some mums. So that's about everything. And then in the back of the island, I cleared it up. There was a ton of flowers back there that I just plopped down every time Isabel said to beautify the island. I just dumped them down in the back. And, they don't have too much room to expand. I got rid of a majority of the shrubs that were on the 2nd and 3rd tier. Put them back here. And the rest I sold. I'm not going to worry about it too much. The ones that are in bloom, I had a harder time dealing with than the ones that aren't. But yeah, I just have to constantly tell myself, you can buy these anytime. Stop, don't worry about it too much. And then the fruit trees. Do I shake them, keep the fruit, chop down the trees, and plant them somewhere else? That might be the best idea moving forward. I don't know. This area I was super proud of, and I really think I should keep it. I really like the look of it, but I need to change the direction of the river on the first level. And that is basically where I'm at the moment. This says it's only 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was going on midnight when I finally said I can't do anymore. I've got to go to bed. So I stopped at this point, so you can tell I have a lot more work to do, but it's coming along. I hope you enjoyed this, and I do hope you look forward to the rest of the series. See how things turn out. But I thank you so much for sticking with me to the end, and for your continued support of my channel. I really appreciate that. Yeah. It's barren, and I'm not upset about it. The plan is coming together in my head, and that's what makes me happy. It's very relieving. But again, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves. Chief sings so funny. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Hey there, Blunky. Bye bye.